Or a couple, why not?
I'm not sure.
There's a couple bites here and there.
Oh, family style. You guys ever hear yourselves talk and wonder if you're resonating with the common?
That was Michelle Smallman. That's her approach.
I'm the one that's not here today.
Smallman. That was
family style.
That's Smallman's
Yeah,
approach.
one or two. Yeah, family style.
That's Smallman's approach.
You backed it up.
You co-signed her approach.
As long as we're outing ourselves, I just told Cece privately. There was one night I remember I was in LA, two friends, catch LA, good spot. Did order for the table.
Really?
They had never been there.
Come on, Efco.
I know what's up here. Now the interesting thing is they loved it, but I have regret. I should have just led them there.
It's like these are the things that I like to get. You guys make up your own lives.
Right. I didn't do that, and I have to admit
You're a bad guy.
there was a time
You're a bad guy.
where I ordered for the table. I did do that. I apologize. All those involved. Okay.
Now that we've got that out.
How good is SGA? Like, best player in the league? Good now? Gonna win a title?
Yeah.
16 wins? How good are we talking?
We're getting to the point now where SGA is undeniable. And I came into this postseason with a hell of a lot of skepticism around him. I wasn't quite sure how good he was. I mean, I was coming up with a list of the top 5 players in the postseason, and I had SGA, I think, 4th or 5th on that list. Like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to him, but my perception of him has completely changed. And you're seeing it now in real time, what he's able to do and how much of the catalyst he is for the success that the Thunder have been having. This guy just had his 5th straight postseason game where he was over 30. An unbelievable performance, especially in the 3rd quarter last night where he scored or assisted on 17 points. That's when OKC made their big move. That's when they went up by.
Presented by Indeed. Brought to you by the Capital One Saver Card. What's in your wallet?
Brought to you by the Capital One Saver Card. With Saver, you earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining, entertainment, and at grocery stores. That's unlimited cash back on ordering takeout from home or unlimited cash back on tickets to concerts and games. So grab a bite, grab a seat, and earn unlimited 3% cash back with the Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
This Memorial Day, turn up the heat with the Home Depot. Find the perfect grill and patio set to keep the cookouts coming all season long. Grill up a piece with the Next Grill 4-burner gas grill, only $229. And complete your space with the stylish Glen Ridge Fall 7-piece dining set, now a special buy for just $499 with free delivery. Take your Memorial Day cookout to the next level all summer long with the Home Depot. See HomeDepot.com/delivery for more details.
Listen up. For over 120 years, Harley-Davidson has made the best damn motorcycles in the world. Born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and assembled by hardworking folks who pour themselves into every detail. These machines are a tribute to the American spirit, to freedom, adventure, and the thrill of the ride. Our road, our rules. Let's ride. Find your ride at HarleyDavidson.com. Since 1889, BB&T Bank has been supporting Colorado's entrepreneurs and business owners, helping dreams turn into successful ventures. Whether you're looking for a loan to expand, finance new equipment, or manage cash flow, we understand what it takes to grow a business in Colorado. With personalized service, local expertise, and fast, flexible financing options, BB&T Bank is here to help your business thrive. Serving Colorado.
One other thing on this. Remember the draft he was in? Remember the year? Top of your head?
No.
2018. That draft's talked about a lot. Why? DeAndre Ayton went number 1 overall to Phoenix. Marvin Bagley III went number 2 overall to Sacramento.
Luka went 3, right?
Luka went 3. Jaren Jackson Jr. went 4. Trae Young went 5. I mean, was the 11th pick in the draft the best pick in the draft?
Yeah. Can't believe the Knicks took Kevin Knox.
Current Warrior. I mean, it's ridiculous to make this look. What did I just say? It's ridiculous to make this a leap. I understand that in some cases, and I think Luka is amazing. I think he's a generational kind of player.
Luka is not as good of a player as SGA. I don't think that's a hot take to say that.
But then, if they're the same age, same draft class, the guy who went 11th is a better value pick than the guy who went 3rd. And the guy who went third, everyone thinks the first ballot Hall of Famer may end up being the best player in the sport.
Yeah.
68 MVP, champion, finals MVP. It's on the table for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And oh, by the way, the last 2 seasons, he's averaged 30 or more points. That is unreal. Hopefully that gives you some energy, not as much as 5-hour energy, though.
Oh, it's time to turn things up a notch. This summer, don't binge watch shows. Binge s'mores by the campfire. Press pause on the podcast and press play on the warm weather vibes. Here's your chance to win $10,000 for your ultimate summer. What are you waiting for? Take your shot with 5-hour energy and make this summer your best summer ever. Visit 5HEshot.com for full details and rules to enter today. No purchase necessary. Ends June 30th, 2025.
The NBA playoffs continue on ESPN Radio. The Pacers. James Brunson and the Knicks respond to the critical game 2. Coverage begins today at 7:30 Eastern. With tip-off at 8 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
Not really going out on a limb, saying he's going to win.
Yeah.
Finals MVP.
So going into the conference semis, I came up with a list of the top 5 players that are remaining in the postseason. It was Jokic, Ant-Man, Jason Tatum, SGA, and Steph Curry. That was the list of the top 5. I mean, based on this, right, SGA has to be right up there. I mean, and here's the thing. He beat Jokic head-to-head.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's a team effort, and Jokic didn't have a lot of people helping him. But, I mean, having that opportunity to go head-to-head with one of the best players, if not the best player in the world, best him in a 7-game series, be a big reason why your team won Game 7 and then go on to win MVP, win an NBA Finals. In terms of the narrative that it takes in order to push you to the top of the conversation when it comes to best player in the world, SGA would have checked every single box.
There's more. I left some guys out that are talked about more. Devin Booker was talked about way more.
I don't know if he's still
not
is.
Durant's resume is obviously better. I love Kevin Durant out, but that's an obvious one, right?
Yeah.
John Morant talked about a lot more initially.
John Morant wasn't maybe continue to be talked about. That's got to stop. That's got to stop.
Wemby, we're gonna say let's wait and see. It's too early. I love, and you love him too. Donovan Mitchell.
Listen,
Alexander's resume is gonna be better.
Any of the 20-somethings, they're not there. Any of the 20-somethings, they're just not there. They're just not there.
But isn't that amazing?
Any of the
20-somethings,
any of the 20-somethings in the NBA, those guys that those 20-something-year-old superstars, they're not there. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, SGA, is going to have a better case, a better resume, if and when they win the title in a couple of weeks.
It's wild.
This season has dramatically changed how we have to look at him and how we have to look at the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Seriously, his resume is better. Jokic's resume is better, obviously. How about guys that have come through Patstown in Philadelphia? How about Joel Embiid, who has an MVP, has never been to a conference finals? How about Paul George, who has neither, right? How about James Harden, who has a finals appearance and has an MVP but doesn't have a title? How about Russell Westbrook? Not Philadelphia. But I'm saying you look at all of these guys. Jimmy Butler, great player, doesn't have a title, doesn't have an MVP. If you're taking out the Warriors, guys, and you're taking out LeBron, and you take out Giannis and Jokic, top-line resume, if he pulls this off this year, how many players in the league will have a better top-line resume right now? Tatum does-ish because of the number of years, right? Jaylen Brown does-ish because of the number of years. But when you're looking around the league, what he has a chance to do is pull off a season in which he wins 68 games, wins the MVP, and wins the title on his 3rd straight season of averaging 30 points or more per game in the regular season.
Did you have Kawhi in there?
Kawhi does not. Kawhi has a better resume.
That's what I'm saying. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, you're right. I should have put him in there. Right? Jalen Brunson, awesome. No MVP, no title. In this scenario,
James Harden.
Yeah, I know. I brought up Harden.
Yeah.
Tyrese Halliburton, awesome.
Yeah.
In this scenario, no MVP, no title. It's actually remarkable what this year is going to do if they pull this off for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
It's going to be one of the best seasons that we've seen from a guard in the last 2 decades in the NBA. I don't think that's hyperbole. I mean, 68 wins, the MVP, and a title.
And presumably, if he does that, a finals MVP. I know we can't do that because look at last year, right? Tatum
Yeah.
considered best player, Jaylen Brown wins it.
Yeah.
But presumably,
And so when you look at what he's able to do, scoring on all three levels, being able to defend, 3 steals last night, being able to force turnovers, which turn into points on the offensive end for the Thunder, it's just absolutely incredible. Now, we were having a conversation about best player in the league on our show yesterday, and we came to the consensus that in order to be in that conversation, you have to have a title. In order to have a seat at that table, you have to have a title. Right now, if people are having to talk about the best players in the world, it's Jokic, Giannis, draw a line, then everybody else. SGA has a chance to join that group in terms of being in the conversation for the best player in the world.
so if we are going to presume that they are going to win the title, okay? Would anyone on the show like to dispute that right now, that they are going to win the title? That it feels like in the moment, obviously things could change. Literally tonight, we could watch Indiana destroy the Knicks, hypothetically, game heard on ESPN radio. And we're like, oh, well, maybe it's Indiana. Does anyone right now, Vegas East, want to dispute that it feels like Oklahoma City's going to win the title?
No.
Okay. So if we're, thank you. If you look at it, a number of years matters in the league, obviously, and he's not there yet in terms of a ton of years in the league.
Front car.
But SGA's resume will have on it an MVP and a title. In comparison, Jason Tatum has had a better career than SGA, no doubt. Jason Tatum's resume will have a title. Okay? Anthony Edwards, who people love next face of the league, will not have either.
Mm-hmm.
Luka, who people say is better than SGA, will not have either.
Will not have either. I wonder if those people are still saying that now.
Well, I'm just saying, to go through the list of who was theoretically or is theoretically considered better than him, okay?
Yeah.